Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Boa tarde, fãs. Boa noite, fãs e atletas do fisiculturismo brasileiro. Estamos aqui para fazer uma live com Dexter Jackson. We're going to be doing a live with Dexter Jackson. Afterwards, we're going to translate. Brian Bowman, promoter of the Muscle Contest Ireland. Isa Pessini, Miss Bikini Olympia has arrived. Thaís Bikini. Marlene Dodson, Henrique, Augusto Godoy. Again, Augusto, I have your question. Eu tenho a sua pergunta aqui, Augusto. Vou perguntar para o Dexter. Thank you so much. John Lindsay, the captain, is in the live. Emanuel Fabrício Braga Freitas Caruso entrou na live aí. And we're going to translate in Portuguese real quick. So if you speak English, stay with us. Se você fala português, nós vamos traduzir para vocês. Bruna Miyagi, Johan Schatz, Michele Ibata, a guicha brasileira, entrou aí. Sim, eu vou traduzir tudo. Logo depois que ele falar, eu vou traduzir. Patrícia entrou aí, Henrique. The Captain, Júnior Jaworski, guerreiro. Ícaro. Vamos aí esperar o Dexter Jackson. We're going to ask some questions about the Mr. Olympia. RRN Júnior entrou aí, um abraço. Roger Rezende. Parabéns pelo trabalho, você é inspiração. Obrigado, Monteiro. Tamo juntos. Let's see if Dexter Jackson gets in here so I can call him up. Emerson Alberton, promotor de Santa Catarina, um dos melhores promotores do mundo, promotor do Sardinha Classic. Horsepower Pro, Hugo Abá. Eusana Machado entrou aí. Tamer Elguindy, diretor executivo da Pro League. Amir, my friend, judge from Iran, entrou aí. Let's see if we can get Dexter Jackson on the line. Tamer, call Dexter Jackson. Let's see if Dexter Jackson is on the line here. Tamer, send a message to Dexter Jackson. Yeah, please send a message to Dexter. Waiting here on Dexter Dani Traeger entrou aí. São Diego. Muscle Contest Brasil, 1º de agosto. Lucas, acabamos de anunciar no nosso live do YouTube. O Muscle Contest Brasil vai ser dia 21 de novembro. 21 de novembro. Devido à situação no Rio de Janeiro, Muscle Contest Brasil, dia 21 de novembro. Então, em vez de 1º de agosto, 21 de novembro. Dexter Jackson, the legend. Hey, Dexter Jackson.
What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
How are you, Dexter?
I'm good. How are you, man?
Dexter, first of all, I want to thank you so much for doing this live with us. We understand you're very busy. You have your commitments. You're training for the Mr. Olympia, training for all the shows. So, you know, on behalf of all the Brazilian shows, this is truly a dream for them to hear directly from you. We want to thank you.
Thank you, brother. Glad to be here. I just want to say I love my Brazilian fans, man. I got so many fans up in Brazil. One of my top fans, country-wise. Thank you guys so much. Much love to you guys, man.
Okay, let me translate that real quick. Sean Roden is in the house too. Dexter falou que uma das maiores bases de fãs dele é no Brasil. Ele ama os fãs brasileiros e ele espera estar aí no Brasil bem próximo. Dexter, we did a YouTube live and a lot of the fans went in the live and they wanted to get picked to have their questions to you. The first fan, his name is Tarcísio Filho, and he asked me to ask you, what do you think of Brandão? What do you think of Rafael Brandão?
What I think of Rafael is he's going to be, in the future, one of the top guys for sure. He's got an amazing physique, very nice kid, and I think when he comes in his own, he's going to be very good. You know, he's just got to continue getting better and competing with some real competition, because he ain't competed against nobody yet. So one really knows how good he is yet. You know what I'm saying? So he has to step into the Arnold Classic in Ohio with the real competition and step on stage with the Olympians just to see exactly where he fit in at. You know what I'm saying? Anybody can look good by themselves. You got to stand next to the top guys to understand, you know what I'm saying, where you are and how good you can be.
O Dexter Jackson falou que o Rafael Brandão tem um físico muito bom, que no futuro ele vai ser um dos melhores do mundo, mas ele tem que entrar no palco contra os melhores do mundo. Ele tem que entrar no Olímpia, ele tem que estar no Arnold de Ohio todos os anos, competindo contra os melhores, e é isso que realmente vai falar a qualidade dele. Mas ele tem certeza que o Rafael vai ser um dos melhores. Okay, Dexter, another question from a Brazilian fan.
Yes.
His name is Augusto Godoy. He goes,
Augusto.
Yeah, if you have a lagging body part, right? So if you have a body part that's just not growing, what do you do to improve that lagging body part? Do you change your routine? Do you try something different? What does Dexter Jackson do if he has a lagging body part?
What I would do something that's called touch-ups. Okay? And touch-ups are, say for instance, every day that you don't normally train that body part. Okay? So say for instance, if you train chest on Mondays, you got a lagging chest and you can't get it to grow, and you train heavy on Monday. Well, Tuesday through Saturday, you're doing touch-ups. Okay? So what that means is you'll come in, you'll do 4 sets of whatever exercise you choose, up to like 25 reps, 4 sets every day. And you know, a lot of people say, well, that's overtraining. It's overtraining. Well, it's not overtraining, because you know, you're only doing 4 sets, and you just get some blood in there. You know, and I tell people all the time, well, you know what? You have people in jail that work out and do chest every damn day. Look, they got the biggest chest you've ever seen. You know, so it's not overtraining. It's only 4 sets, so all you're doing is touch-ups.
Okay, that's great. Let me translate that because this is awesome. O que o Dexter Jackson falou, se você tem uma parte do corpo que não está crescendo, por exemplo, o seu peito não está crescendo, você treina pesado o peito na segunda-feira. E depois, nos outros dias, de terça a sábado, você vai fazer 4 sets e com 20 repetições para só colocar um pouco de sangue dentro dessa área. E aí ele falou, muita gente vai falar, não, isso é overtraining, treinando muito. Mas ele falou, não, olha os caras que estão nas prisões treinando o peito todo dia. Eles estão colocando sangue lá. Então ele falou que essa é a estratégia dele. Okay, Dexter. Another, he's not only a fan, but he has one of the most popular channels in Brazil. His name is Uguabá from Horsepower Pro. He said, you know, I love watching Dexter Jackson pose. You know, he's like, it's artistic. He kind of goes slow. You know, he has his own swagger and his own mojo.
Right.
Who inspired Dexter Jackson? Where did you get your inspiration in terms of your posing routines?
Well, I would have to say Flex Wheeler, of course. And as much as I hate to say this, but Sean Ray did inspire me when I was younger. Yeah, I hate to fucking say it, but yeah, he did inspire me when I was younger. And so those are the two guys that I really looked up to when it came to posing.
Okay, that was a good one. Dexter Jackson falou que tem dois caras que inspiraram ele a fazer as poses. O primeiro é o Flex Wheeler. Flex Wheeler foi o primeiro. E o segundo, ele odeia admitir, ele odeia falar o nome dele, ele tá com raiva, mas é o Sean Ray que também inspirou ele. That was a good one.
Yeah.
Miguel Chain from Diário do Culturismo. He also has an amazing channel in Brazil. He asked, Dexter Jackson turned pro as a light heavy competitor at the North Americans, but he has been able to gain weight gradually, and he's been so successful. Was that his mindset, his strategy to eventually become the best in the world?
You know what? When I was younger, all the way up until I turned pro, I wasn't thinking about being Mr. Olympia or nothing like that. I never even thought about that because those guys were so freaking big. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I turned pro, I then said to myself, you know what? I think now that I've beaten all these big guys, because I was the smallest light heavy. And those guys was, I only weighed in at 187 pounds. Those guys were like 198. And then when they eat up, they like over 200 pounds. So me coming in and beating like 50 of those guys in my class and me winning the overall, even beat the heavyweights and all that stuff, I say, you know what? I may have a career doing it. So I need to think about, trying to get paid. I can be and do something in this sport. Go ahead. You want to translate it? Because there's a lot more.
Yeah. So Dexter Jackson falou que quando ele se tornou profissional e ele se tornou profissional light heavy, que era o light heavy é o meio pesado, ele pesava só 187 libras. Nesses light heavies, os caras pesavam 198 e depois que eles comiam, eles ficavam mais de 200 libras. Então ele já era pequeno, até na categoria meio pesado, mas ele já começou a ganhar desses caras por causa do condicionamento e do físico dele. Quando ele se tornou profissional, aí sim ele começou a acreditar que ele poderia ganhar dos caras ainda mais pesados. Go ahead, Dexter.
Okay, so when I turned pro, and I started competing in the pros, and started beating a lot of the top guys. As soon as I got into the pro ranks, I won GNC. I beat Jay Cutler, and I beat Kevin LeBron. I beat all of these guys. And in 2001, and then after 2001, I said, you know what? My goal is now to win the Arnold Classic. Still wasn't. The Olympia wasn't on my radar because, like I said, I always thought that was a big man show, and all the guys that was winning was big guys. But all the guys that was winning the Arnold Classic were all such symmetrical guys. So me thinking to myself, I got a better chance because I'm so symmetrical on winning the Arnold Classic. So my goal was to win the Arnold. I won 2005 and I won 2006. Until I won 2006, I then started, believing that I can actually win the Olympia now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in 2007, I feel I still should have won an Arnold, so I should have won 3 Arnolds in a row, but Victor beat me in 2007. And then come 2008, Victor had got in trouble. You remember Victor had got in trouble, so he couldn't compete that year. And I did place well at 2007 at the Olympia. I think I was second. And I said, you know what? Now is my time to strike because Jay wasn't getting any better. He was actually declining. And I say, going into 2008, I came back and I won Arnold again. And I was like, you know what? This is going to be my year. I can take Jay out because he's not getting any better. He still looks the same. You know, he's not improving. He's actually declining. I say, well, if Jay play my game and he try to come in shredded, then I'm because then he'll be too small. But if he came in full like normal, then I was going to have, it would have been some problems. But he tried to play my game and come in as hard as I did. And that's how I was able to beat him.
Ok, Dexter Jackson falou que em 2001, no GNC Show do Strength, ele conseguiu ficar na frente do Jay Cutler e do Kevin Levron. Isso deu muita confiança para ele. E ele falou que naquela época, os caras que estavam ganhando o Olympia eram gigantes. Mas os caras que estavam ganhando o Arnold Classic eram um pouquinho mais simétricos. Então, ele fez o objetivo dele ganhar o Arnold Classic. Em 2005 e em 2006, ele conseguiu ganhar o Arnold Classic. E aí, em 2006, ele começou a acreditar que ele poderia ganhar o Mr. Olympia. Em 2007, ele perdeu para o Victor Martinez, mas aí em 2008, ele sentiu que ele poderia ganhar não só o Arnold, mas o Olympia. Ele ganhou o Arnold, e aí ele falou, olha, eu achava que o Jay Cutler estava decaindo, e se o Jay Cutler quisesse jogar o meu jogo de condicionamento, em vez de vir um pouco mais cheio, ele ia perder. E ele falou, olha, o Jay Cutler tentou vir muito condicionado, o tamanho dele reduziu, e eu consegui ganhar dele em 2008. Okay, Dexter.
So another...
Tamer and I have one question.
What's that?
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So to answer your question, though that was my strategy was to put on a little bit of muscle each year and not just jump up and try and be 20 pounds bigger and blow my physique out of proportion. So that was my game plan, you know, to be smart, train smart. You know, you have to make proper adjustments in order to compete as long as I have. You can't do the same regimen that you've been doing your whole career at the beginning of your career and think you can keep doing it all these years. You got to know how to make proper adjustments in order to continue getting better. You know what I'm saying? And what I mean by that is, whether it's the eating, whether it's the training, you know, you have to make the proper adjustments. Giving your body time to relax, you know, relaxing on off season, not being afraid to take time off from the gym. You know, when I compete, I usually take anywhere from 6 to 8 weeks off from the gym after. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people, they can't do that. Sean Roden, what's up, baby? So a lot of people can't do that, you know, because it's in their head that they got to get in the gym and train. But as I've shown people, taking time off is very, very much needed. You have to take time off if you want to do this for a long time. And that's time off from everything, if you know what I mean.
Dexter Jackson falou que essa foi a estratégia da carreira dele. Ele nunca quis treinar de uma maneira tão bruta que ele ganhasse 20, 30 libras num ano e isso não conseguisse ser sustentável. Ele falou, olha, todo ano eu vou ganhar um pouco de peso, eu vou ter uma estratégia, não vou me machucar. Uma das coisas bem interessantes que ele mencionou foi o descanso. Ele falou que todo ano ele descansa 6 a 8 semanas depois de um evento para descansar e relaxar. E essa foi a estratégia dele de fazer tantos eventos e ter uma carreira tão bem sucedida. Dexter.
Yes.
Nowadays, if a pro bodybuilder wins 5 pro shows, he is amazing.
Yes.
Unbelievable. It's like winning 5 pro shows is crazy. Winning 10 shows is unprecedented. I mean, you winning 10 pro shows, you're like on the legend status. Winning 29 shows, you start wondering if the person was born on planet Earth. How, you know, let me just interject. Jay Cutler said on his live, Ronnie Coleman is the best, but Dexter Jackson is knocking on the door. What he has done, winning 29 pro shows, the Mr. Olympia, so many Arnold Classics, it's unheard of. What do you think about your peers looking at you and saying, how in the world can this guy do such a thing? From Ronnie Coleman to Jay Cutler to everybody in the industry, they all look up to you and say, man, he did bodybuilding better than anybody.
I don't know what to say to that, man. It's pretty amazing to even think of it that way. I never think of it that way. I had one guy tell me that I interviewed with, he said, Dex, I don't think you understand the amount of respect that, you know, people have for you. Everybody I talk to, they love you, they respect you. And I'm like, wow, that's great to hear. And I think it's just because me and my personality and me keeping it 100 with everything I do and say. You know what I'm saying? I don't shoot the breeze and I don't tell lies when it comes to, anything. I'm gonna speak the truth. I'm gonna speak my mind. That's always been me. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's why I'm respected so much, and I show respect too. You gotta give respect to receive respect. You know what I'm saying? So I respect everybody. I've never, you know, mistreated anyone. Unless you come at me, that's when I get your ass. But I never just, go at anybody for no reason or talk behind anybody's back or no shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why, I always say, you come at me, I'm coming all that. I'm shooting below the belt. It ain't no surface shit. I'm going low on your ass, and I'm gonna tell you just like it is. I'm gonna dig up all the dirt I got on you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why nobody don't mess with me, because I don't mess with nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Well, after you did that live, I guess nobody in humanity will ever mess with you.
I am the shit talker the best shit talker you ever seen, brother. I can do this all day, every day.
Okay, let me translate that. O Dexter, ele fica muito honrado quando as pessoas como Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman e outros atletas mostram admiração e respeito por ele, por ter sido o atleta que mais ganhou os campeonatos, the winningest bodybuilder of all times. Ele é o que mais ganhou os campeonatos. Então ele se sente muito honrado. E ele falou, olha, minha personalidade é muito direta. Eu sempre falei com os atletas o que eu pensava, eu sempre fui honesto, eu sempre fui sincero, e eu sempre fui uma pessoa boa para as outras pessoas. Não, logicamente, se as pessoas me atacam, eu vou atacar eles de volta. Eu posso fazer um trash talking, que é fazer esse jogo de atacar as outras pessoas. Mas ele falou, olha, na minha carreira inteira eu fui sincero, eu fui bondoso, e eu fico muito honrado de ter o respeito de todas essas pessoas. Dexter, 2008 might be one of the most dominant performances of a bodybuilder. You win the Arnold Classic, you defeat Phil Heath, and then you go to the Olympia and you defeat Jay Cutler. But some people think that maybe your 2008 Arnold Classic is the greatest Dexter Jackson of all times. And the second greatest Dexter Jackson of all times is the 2008 Mr. Olympia.
Okay, you broke up on me. Can you repeat that again? I'm sorry.
Yeah. The 2008 Dexter Jackson at the Arnold Classic versus the 2008 Dexter Jackson Mr. Olympia. Who would win that show?
2000. Honest, I would take 2009 over both of those years.
So you thought you looked better in 2009?
Yeah.
2008?
Yes. Yes.
What do you think it was better? What do you think it was better? Because the conditioning of 2008 was simply impeccable.
Yeah, but my conditioning was even better in 2009. So I was a little bit fuller.
So you think
and my conditioning was a little in 2009. I mean, just look at the photos.
Okay, yeah, no, I definitely want to look at the photos and check it out. Now,
Yeah,
when it comes to comparisons, you know, right now, Michael Jordan, there's this, you know, show on ESPN, The Last Dance, and they're
yeah,
showing Michael Jordan. And now you go on Facebook, there's so many comparisons. Who's better? LeBron James, Kobe
yeah.
Bryant, Michael Jordan. I asked Jay about these comparisons, and Jay said, "You know what? I hate these comparisons. You know, they're senseless because the kind of machines that we have right now are not the kind of machines that Arnold had in the past. The technology is different, the supplements are different."
Yeah.
Brandon Curry was a little bit more open. He goes, "You know what? If they want to compare it, they can compare it. In the end of the day, you need to show up on stage at a certain date." How do you feel about some of these comparisons?
So you mean is LeBron James and the Michael Jordan comparison?
Yeah, how do you feel about bodybuilding comparisons? People comparing eras, people comparing all the time. Jay Cutler said, "I don't like it." Brandon Curry said, "I don't mind." Do you like these comparisons? Do you think they're fair? Do you think they're part of entertaining?
Okay. We're talking about bodybuilding because you keep breaking up on me. I
Bodybuilding.
okay, yeah. I think you can't compare errors. You need to leave errors, separate. Everybody is good in their own error. You know what I'm saying? So I don't feel you should even compare. Um, the 90s era was great, no doubt about it. I was in that era as well, and I'm in this era this today as well. So I'm not gonna knock either era because to me both eras are great. Okay, this is a different type of judging criteria these days. It's not judged the same way it was back then. You know what I'm saying? Just like in the NBA, back then they beat you up and you can hand check and do all of that stuff. In the NBA these days, you can't even touch these guys without getting thrown out of the game. It's totally different. You can't, you know what I'm saying? So you can't even compare errors. So um, I'm with those. I'm with Jay Cutler on this. There's no need to even try to compare errors, but um, I would say if you get the best of each era, everybody can beat everybody. Anybody can be beaten. You know what I'm saying? So if say for instance you put me and Jay and Phil and Sean Roden back then, we'd beat some of those guys too. It all depends on who's in the best shape or whatever. Who in the best shape that day. Period.
Yeah. No, that's that's a great analogy about the NBA in the 90s, you know? I mean, the Pistons, they would not be able to play nowadays, you know? So let me
Yeah.
translate that real quick. O Dexter Jackson concorda com o Jay Cutler que essas comparações entre eras, eu na minha era, você não ia ganhar na minha era, são completamente errôneas e não fazem sentido nenhum. Ele falou: olha na NBA, o time dos anos 90, quando o jogo era muito mais violento, muito mais agressivo, entendeu? Eles não chamavam tantas as faltas. Hoje em dia, se você fizesse essa mesma quantidade de faltas, seria desqualificado. Então ele falou: olha, não faz sentido nenhum comparar eras. A gente tem que saber que naquele momento você tem que aparecer e você tem que ganhar. So, Dexter,
Now hold on
what
now.
is your advice?
I do
What is
want to
your
chime in. I do want to chime in on the Michael Jordan and LeBron James comparison. Um, to me, my opinion, I'm a LeBron fan till I die. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's the greatest player that's playing right now. But when you talk about the heart and you talk about, you know, that killer instinct, offense and defense, all around player, it has to be Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan, he's like a 10, and Kobe and LeBron and all these other guys that are great, they like 8, 8.5. They not, Michael Jordan's in the class by itself, bro.
Okay. O Dexter Jackson falou que ele tem uma opinião sobre o Michael Jordan, LeBron James e Kobe Bryant. Ele falou: olha, hoje, atualmente jogando. Logicamente, o LeBron James é o melhor do mundo, mas o Michael Jordan tinha um instinto assassino muito mais agressivo e ele está numa liga completamente separada desses jogadores. Se ele tiver que colocar uma nota, ele daria um 10 para o Michael Jordan, 8,5, 9 para o Kobe Bryant e para o LeBron James. Dexter, you have some of the best posing routines, and one of the most interesting thing is you take a long time to walk on stage, and then when it's done, you kind of run out of the line. Dennis James, man, is that part of your strategy?
No, that's not part of my strategy. It's just time for me to get the hell off the stage, so I trot off. Now that walking slow shit. I got that from Flex Wheeler. You know, Flex is, you know, he's the first one to come out walking all slow like that and stuff. So I pretty much bit that from him.
Então, o Dexter Jackson tem uma característica que ele anda muito devagar no palco para começar a coreografia dele, e uma vez a coreografia dele acabou, ele sai correndo do palco. E ele falou, olha, essa andada devagar que eu fiz foi, eu peguei do Flex Wheeler. E uma vez acabou minha coreografia, eu não quero ficar parado lá, quero sair correndo o mais rápido possível. Ana Paula Leal, she is the head of owner of Arnold Classic South America.
Yes, she's my very good friend. Love you, Anna.
She is saying that she can't wait to see you. If you hit the stage at the Arnold Classic Brazil, and all the Brazilian fans are chanting your name, and that's one of the shows, one of the final shows that you have not won because you've never competed. Is
Right.
that one of the things that you're going to say, you know what? Now that I won Arnold Brazil, now I've gone full circle in my career?
Absolutely. That's the only reason that I must do Arnold Classic Brazil. I'm not doing any other shows other than Olympia. That's it. And in Brazil. I have to do Brazil. I have to win that show. And I have to let my Brazilian fans see me live before I retire because they've never seen me. And I have so much love and respect for my Brazilian fans. I have to come over there and compete just to show my loyalty to them.
O Dexter Jackson, Ana Paula Leal entrou aí, deixou um recado. A gente está esperando o Dexter Jackson no palco. E o Dexter Jackson falou, eu amo a Ana, ela é uma grande amiga minha. Eu tenho que competir no Brasil, eu tenho muitos fãs no Brasil, e eu tenho uma lealdade com relação aos meus fãs do Brasil. Eu tenho e eu devo competir no Brasil. Então, se você é fã do fisiculturismo brasileiro, Dexter Jackson no palco. Dexter, if you were to look at your career and say, this guy was my biggest rival, like when we talked about Jake Cutler, we got to talk about Ronnie Coleman. They battled it out until it was like, who was your biggest rival? Was it Jay? Was it Phil? Who was your biggest rival?
I would have to say my biggest rival was probably Branch.
Branch Warren.
Yeah, because I beat Branch in a few Arnolds for the title. So I would have to say Branch. But I've competed and been through so many different eras, like, you know, I've seen so many guys come and go, you know. I've gone back and forth with Phil. I've gone back and forth with Kai. I've gone back and forth with Sean Roden. So either Branch or Sean. I would have to say Branch or Sean because Sean and I, we could, you know what? I'm going to have to say Sean Roden because because Sean and I compete so much. We competed so much after shows, after the Olympia. It was crazy. You know, so every show I did, Sean did. So I would probably have to say Sean. Sean would win. I think he got more Olympian wins. or placing higher than me, but I won more shows that we've been in together than he has. He just placed higher than me in Olympia. I won more shows than he has when we went head to head. So I would definitely have to say Sean.
Dexter Jackson falou que o maior rival dele tem sido Sean Roden. Sean Roden ganhou um Olímpia, mas a maioria das vezes que eles competiram, ele ganhou mais eventos contra o Sean Roden. Ele também mencionou Brent Warren, ele também mencionou Phil e Jay, e ele falou que ele competiu por tantos anos, ele tem tido muitos rivais, como o Kai Green, que ele ganhou, perdeu, ganhou e perdeu. Dexter, maybe we can all assume that the greatest moment in Dexter Jackson's career was the 2008 Mr. Olympia. But if you can give a word of inspiration to some of the young competitors that sometimes, or even some of the pros that face adversity. We were just talking to Brandon Curry, and I asked the question, and Brandon Curry said, there was a press conference where Bob Cicherillo told me that I should consider 212. And he said, I wanted to kill him, you know, but I just gave him a smile, and I said, I'm going to keep working out. What has been your most challenging moment as a bodybuilder? We know you from so many successes, so many victories. Have you had a moment where you said, man, this one just hurt me?
I think when I want to say 2010, 2011-ish is when I took a dip, and I wasn't, I lost to what's the guy name from up north? He beat me in the Flex Pro in LA.
Centopani.
Evan Centopani. When Evan Centopani beat me, I was like, you know what? And Gail and I, my girlfriend and I, we looked at each other and was like, you know what? And then right after that, my trainer Joe McNeil retired on me. So I was my glutes and all. So I was like, I think it's time, we were contemplating on retiring because I couldn't get my glutes and everything back in shape like they normally was. And then George Farah came around 2011 and he says, you should let me give you a try, brother. I was like, nah, man, you don't know nothing about training people. That's what I told Joe. I'm like, who the hell are you? I just had the greatest trainer of all. Joe McNeil trained me because Joe trained so many great people, man. Flex Wheeler Pro, Paul Dillette, Paul DeMayo, John Sherman, all of these guys Joe McNeil worked with. So he was a guru before all of these guys, you so-called gurus. But anyway, he had just left me. And then when George came up asking to train me, I'm like, dude, you don't know nothing. Why would I let you do that? So, I gave him a try. And Charles Glass, at the same time, a couple of days later, he was like, Dex, why don't you come out to LA and train with me? So, you know what? I had nothing to lose. I already was contemplating on retiring because, like I said, my body wasn't responding like it was. So I gave those two guys a shot, George Farah and Charles Glass. And lo and behold, George was able to work magic and get me back to where I am now. So it's like a second birth. It's like, it's like I was reborn again. And I had a second career because up to that point, I had already been competing for 11 years or some shit like that. Now, me and George have been working for a whole nother 11 years. You know what I'm saying? I think I had won like 14 shows or 15 shows with Joe McNeil. And then I turn around and I've won the, equal amount with George. So right around 30 shows I'm almost at right now. So both guys have 15 shows on each other's belt. You know what I'm saying? So, and then came Charles. I had to change my whole training around, and we started training with machines only. You know, no really heavy, you know, free weight stuff. You know, only heavy machine stuff. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people always thought that, you know, training with machines, you can never grow, you can never get as big as you are now. But I'm the living proof that you can get, you know, I've gotten bigger. The biggest I've ever been has been with machine work. So to all the people out there that think you can't train, you know, and gain size on machines, it's absolute BS. You can get just as big on or off. Sean told me to shave, bro.
So, o Dexter Jackson falou que um dos piores anos para ele foi dos 2010, 2011, quando ele perdeu aqui o Flex Pro para o Evan Santopani. Ele ficou muito decepcionado. Ele falou para a esposa dele, Gail, meu corpo já não está mais respondendo, meus glúteos já não estão tão estriados como antes. E também o técnico dele, Joe McNeil, aposentou e já não está mais trabalhando. Então, a combinação de uma derrota com a aposentadoria do técnico dele foi realmente 2010, 2011, anos muito difíceis para ele. Aí, ele recebeu o convite do George Farah para ver se eles podiam trabalhar junto. Ele falou para o George Farah, você não sabe nada sobre treinar pessoas. Mas, no final das contas, o George convenceu ele, eles começaram a treinar. E aí ele também recebeu um convite do Charles Glass para treinar em Los Angeles. Uma das coisas que o Dexter falou foi que ele começou a treinar mais com máquinas com o Charles Glass, e isso também ajudou muito ele, o corpo dele começou a melhorar, e ele conseguiu ganhar tamanho trabalhando com máquinas. Então ele falou, olha, se você é um atleta jovem, e você pensa que você só pode ganhar tamanho com pesos livres ou supino, isso está errado. Com máquinas, você também pode ganhar. Então, esse foi a lembrança do Dexter. Dexter, you promote bodybuilding shows. You have your team, Team Blade. One of our superstars in Brazil, Fernando Sardinha, he went to your show in Jacksonville, and he won. He did an amazing presentation.
Yes.
A lot of people in Brazil know about your show in Florida. And you also have Team Blade. Hugo Abba here is asking, what are you going to do when you retire?
Well, I am working on some things now that has got me very, very busy, but I you know, it's come time where I have to retire to get my business going for after bodybuilding. It's very hard to do any of this stuff while I'm bodybuilding. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm so tied up in doing what I have to do in the sport. But I got a few things that are lined up. They will be, you know, I will be releasing those hopefully in the next 3 to 4 months. So you guys be on the lookout for that. It's like three huge business adventures that I have coming out soon. So that's what I'll be doing. And also, of course, I have my shows. My goal is to have about 5 NPC shows, you know, before I retire. Well, that's this year, possibly this year. It depends on how things are at the Olympia this year. So if we get to the Olympia and there's no fans, then I can't retire. I have to retire in front of the audience. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I'm selling my fans cheap by to display my last, you know, my best condition at my last competition. You know what I'm saying? So, but if all goes well and this country, you know, and the world gets back on track and people are able to go to the Olympia and the Olympia turns out to be, you know, the normal per se, Mr. Olympia, then I'll retire this year. But if not, to all my fans out there, don't worry. If we have to televise this and we can't have fans, don't worry. I will be back until, you know, when this shit gets back 100% next year and retire then.
O Dexter Jackson falou que o goal dele é ter 5 shows da NPC aqui nos Estados Unidos E ele também tem 3 operações empresariais que ele vai lançar nos próximos meses para todos os brasileiros ficarem ligados. E ele sabe que ele tem que aposentar e faz parte da vida aposentar e construir um futuro. Mas ele falou, olha, se o Olímpia não tiver público, eu vou fazer o Olímpia mais uma vez, porque eu tenho que despedir do meu público pessoalmente. Eu não quero despedir através da televisão, eu não quero me despedir de uma maneira longe dos meus fãs. Eu tenho que despedir no palco com os meus fãs. E se isso não acontecer esse ano devido à pandemia, eu volto em 2021 no Olímpia e eu me despeço no palco com os meus fãs. Dexter,
Yes.
I had a chance to translate every single response, and I want to give you a final word, but before giving you a final word, I'm going to try to articulate what Dexter Jackson means to fans all over the world, to judges, to, other athletes. In my opinion, nobody did bodybuilding better than Dexter Jackson. Nobody did bodybuilding better than Dexter Jackson. Dexter Jackson did bodybuilding for over 20 years. Dexter Jackson has a legion of loyal fans that love him everywhere in the world. Dexter Jackson has the respect of other Mr. Olympias, Jay Cutler, Ronnie Coleman. Dexter Jackson is loved by everybody in the industry. And the day Dexter Jackson retires on stage at the Mr. Olympia, myself and possibly 20,000 big guys will be crying without any hesitation because
man,
the most emotional moments in our lives. Nobody did bodybuilding better than Dexter Jackson. You have the final word.
Man, I kind of experienced a little bit of that at the Arnold Classic because I wasn't expecting it. Tony did such a great job, hiding it until the last minute. I was getting ready to walk on stage, and he's like, "Dex, come back out. Stay here." You know, and he hyped it up so good about me retiring this year, man. And the crowd gave me a standing ovation. I swear I lost it, bro. I had to really keep it together, and I mean, I let a few tears out, but that was so amazing. That's such an amazing feeling to have the crowd standing ovation like that. It was very, very touching, man. And I really don't know when I actually, I know I knew I had shows still to go, so I didn't lose it as much as I would have if it was my last show. It's gonna be crazy when I retire at the Olympia on stage. I don't know how I'm gonna hold all of this back, man. It's gonna be so emotional for me. And I can kind of understand how hard it is for Ronnie to let things go, and it's hard, and it's gonna be hard for me, because when I was on that stage, I tried like the emotion. I just couldn't hold shit back. It was so fucking hard, seeing all these people for me, clapping for me, crying for me. It was really, really touching, bro.
Well, it will be amazing. And, in 100 years, people will be talking about Dexter Jackson. Dexter, thank you so much. You are loved by this entire world, by the entire community. We thank you so much for this live, and we'll see you on the Olympia and the Arnold Classic Brazil. We see you on stage.
Absolutely. I love you guys, Brazil, everybody out there, all my fans that's on here watching. Thanks to you that, you are the ones that have pushed me so long for all these years. Thanks to you for always writing me and, encouraging me to stay here. And, so if it weren't for you guys, I'd probably be retired a long time ago. God bless everybody out there, man. And my Brazilian fans, I'm coming soon. You guys gonna see me get on that stage, and hopefully I get the win for you guys. All right. Peace out.
just finished a live. Terminamos a live com o Dexter Jackson, muito emocional. Ele realmente ama o fisiculturismo. Vai ser difícil ele abandonar os palcos, mas ele está mandando um abraço, um beijão para todo mundo no Brasil e ele espera ver vocês todos no Brasil. Dexter Jackson, the winningest bodybuilder of all time.